From the bowling capital of the world, America's #1 bowling show. Championship Bowling. From the Firestone Bowlerama, it's Championship Bowling here in Akron, Ohio, where every week you'll see two of the world's greatest professional bowlers in match game competition competing for a purse of over $70,000. Hello, everybody. I'm Fred Wolf. This is Bill Bonetta, our color man here on the right. Sam Baca is our statistician. And Bill, we've got the left-hander, the great Bill Allen, with us this week, and Jack Biondolillo making his first appearance on a Championship Bowling series.
Well, this match should be a great one because, in my estimation, and others in the Professional Bowlers Association, Billy Allen is certainly one of the finest left-handers we've ever seen. A great bowler, left-handed or right-handed. And Jack Biondolillo is our dapper man of the PBA. He charms the ladies with his wearing apparel, his antics on the lanes. So he'll give us a good show, plus good performance with the bowling ball, I'm sure.
Well, let's check Mr. Biondolillo out here. What is all this, Jack? You're the fair-haired boy of the tour? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's first news for me.
Is that news to you? Well, we've watched you in practice, and I'll tell you, you throw a pretty powerful ball there. We hope this thing keeps going for you, because you're going to need every strike you can get, I'm sure, against this crooked arm here.
That's for sure.
The fellow that we have labeled, and I'm sure we're not alone, the greatest left-hander in the history of the game, Bill. You can take a bow for that.
You flatter me, Fred.
But I know it's not going to help you when the bell rings. You'll have to knock them down. Now, in practice, you both look very good.
Well, we hope so.
How about you, Bill? You got a little confidence?
I'll be doing my best, Fred.
About an hour ago, you weren't too confident. I wonder if you've changed your idea.
Well, as we get closer to showtime, I began to throw a few strikes, so I feel a little better now.
So you better watch it, Jack. It looks like we've got a good one here in Akron, Ohio, on Championship Bowling. The first game of 3 on Championship Bowling. Bill Allen won the toss, elected to start on the right side, finishing on the left in the first and third game. That puts Biondolillo on the left, all games starting from the left, making his first appearance on a Championship Bowling series. From Houston, Texas, I thought he was going to miss the head pin. This boy really can crank him, Bill, can he?
He sure can, Fred. Watching these bowlers in practice, he looks like he's playing lane number 23 deeper than anyone else who's been here to practice. That ball, I thought, too, that he's going to miss the head pin, but it did come back.
$1,000 to the winner, $500 to the runner-up. Both these boys will be making another appearance, meeting a different opponent. The top 2 scorers for their 6 matches will take part in Championship Bowling's World Series. They will join the seeded stars, the All-Star champion Dick Weber, the Tournament of Champions winner Billy Hardwick. Here's Allen from the left side, on the nose, breaks it up, almost got away with it, leaving nothing but the 7 pin, and I believe Allen is satisfied with that.
Oh, what pin action he got out of that. Of course, it always scares me to watch a left-hander roll that ball from that last board on the left. With an angle.
He swings around that first diamond, and that's just about his target, Bill. He'll tell you that he doesn't play too many boards. He does it the easy way, really. He swings the first diamond and relies strictly on speed. He says that's the only variation he makes. Now, that would seem to me to be a little easier than trying to move inside, outside, as a lot of the right-handers have to do.
Well, everyone has his own idea of how to establish a pattern, and he has a recognized pattern of playing most lanes on the outside. Very well, too.
Well, there's the other corner, the 10-pin.
Interesting thing about these 2 players, Fred, is that Billy Allen never gets a callus on his thumb or fingers, and Jack Biondolillo suffers really from a thumb that has a tendency to puff up and so on. I believe he turns the ball a little bit more with his thumb still in the ball, and Billy does not.
Billy Allen from Orlando, Florida. I believe on an earlier show I mentioned that Billy was from Orlando, California. I don't want to get mixed up here. I have Sam Baca on my left from California. Bill Bonetta, California.
We'd like to claim him.
Oh, boy. That's a picture. A real mover, this fella.
He has a big ball. He believes in a loose arm swing. I've talked to him many times about his game, and he said that he gets a approximate line and then goes to work to stay loose.
Big lift. Doesn't quite make it.
Ooh.
One more? Well, he has at least a little easier shot. He had the 2, 4, 5, 8. Now nothing but the 5 and the 8. So Biondolillo misses the first chance.
He had a little domino action there where one pin hit another and hit another and so on.
The first chance for the first double. One strike. We're in the third frame. As the spare, Bill Allen now moves in here on the right side. The great left-hander, Bill Allen, who has done so well on the tour. Bowling professional tour in 63, won 21,000, and 64, 15,000. He's high again, and this time he doesn't break it up. He has the 410. On the 65 winter tour, he won $9,500, a 210 average. Doesn't get there. The 4 and the 10, and Allen is open in the third. So Jack Biondolillo out in front. We go into the fourth frame. It's Biondolillo that won $9,500 on the winter tour. Allen won $19,000 and won 2 events, the Hartford Open and the Buffalo Open. Doesn't get there again, leaves the 3-pin. And his winnings, starting in 63, almost 20,000 in 1963, just under 30,000 in 1964. He has won 2, 4, 6, 8 events on the PBA Tour. That ought to give you an idea how this fellow stacks up. Allen with the cover. Biondolillo now on the right side, where he threw a beautiful strike in the second frame. Plays much to the left. He's left of center. Holds that position. Big lift. Kicks the 4 out. Bill Bonetta mentioned earlier that this fella has a lot of Carmen Salvino's style out there after he throws the ball. Let's take a look at him, Bill, in slow motion. Jack Biondolillo in slow motion. Pin. Slowed that one down just a little, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Of course, the one before rolled out on him, so he wanted to make sure that this one came up. I thought he rolled it very freely. So Biondolillo, 2 strikes on the right side, unable to get a double on the left. 80 in the 4th, spare in the 5th. Bill Allen looking for his first strike. Well, he doesn't have to look anymore. He really tears them apart with a big strike in the 5th. So at the end of 5, it's Biondolillo, 80 with a spare. Allen is 65, and he's on a strike. For the first double of the match. 7-pin. Look where that 9-pin ended up, Bill. The 9-pin actually went across the pin deck to the left. And in front of the 7, which is very unusual. Occasionally, or most of the time, if it slides across, it will be right on the pin or behind it. He gets fantastic pin action. We've watched him in the PBA Tour, and he carries hits that are unbelievable.
There's the cover. I know a lot of people wonder how he can keep making that 7-pin with that big hook, but when he throws it to 7, he just sort of reaches out there and holds that ball back a little bit.
Whoop.
Well, Biondolillo gets away with one, so he's all strikes on the right in that one.
It's all smiles, too, in that one.
Yes, now we'll see if we can get the double. This is Jack's third chance. In the seventh, for the double. Here it comes.
Ooh.
7-pin.
Well, those pins are flying across like traffic at 5 o'clock in the main streets of downtown Akron.
This fella cashed his first PBA check when he was only 19 years old in 1960. He's born in Houston, Texas. The 7-pin, he covered. So Biondolillo, unable to move with his strikes. 3 strikes, no double. He has yet to lose a pin in count as Bill Allen now steps into the 7th frame working on a spare. Solid 7. And when Allen loses a hit, he walks back with that very serious look on his face, wondering what happened.
He is a serious bowler, really. He concentrates. He doesn't play much or put on a show.
Just like a machine. A left-handed machine. Winter, summer, cold or hot, you can always go bowling. Really, it's a year-round sport, never affected by the weather. When it's hot, you can bowl in air-conditioned comfort. In the wintertime, doesn't make a bit of difference. It's always bowling weather, so you ought to round up the gang any day of the year and have some fun like Bill Allen with a strike, and that could have been 3 in a row for the left-hander. 2 7-pins and a strike in the 8th. Biondolillo in the 8th. The big turn and lift on the Brooklyn doesn't quite make it, leaves the 6-pin. This fella gets a lot of fingers in the ball, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's suffering now from one-laneitis, we call it. He's hitting 24 rather well, but he's having difficulty with 23. This has happened quite frequently in practice sessions, we've noticed. A bowler will find one line and then not be able to hit the other lane at all.
At the end of 8, Biondolillo is 139 with a spare. Allen is 124 on a strike. Still looking for our first double. Too high. Breaks it up. And I think Jack's satisfied with that result.
Yes, he was. Anytime a ball goes high, we've seen a lot of splits in practice sessions again, and Jack was quite pleased with that one, even though he wasn't pleased with the delivery itself. We're just waiting for one of these bowlers to break loose.
Biondolillo now with a spare in the 9th. Jack has only lost 2 pins in count. Allen has lost 6. So Bill needs this one. They'll go into the 10th frame, 4 pins apart with his strike. There we are. Boy, he charges back, doesn't he? After his strike, he's on the double. Wants to get back here as fast as he can.
He walks right back. This man, and I'm going to say this as a compliment, is one of the greatest opportunists we've seen on the tour. Just give him a little opening, and he'll take advantage of it.
Big turn. Well, he certainly did everything to that 10-pin you could do to it, but it's still standing up. A lot of wiggle and wobble. 2 pins went right around it, brushed it. And the AMF pin spotter has put that wiggle right back on the 10-pin. Bad break for Allen and a break for Biondolillo. Covers the count. We give him 193. Bill Allen started bowling as late as 1958. First year in league play, he bowled in 5 leagues, averaged from 179 to 190. Just love the game. There's another one. Well, Allen could have had a great game from the 5th frame out. He had every ball in the pocket. 2 7-pins, a double, and a 10-pin. I'm sure he knows the double's more important. There's the first one, and a nice kick for the 4.
Boy, he gave that ball out of room, but good hand action on the ball. That ball came back a long way and tripped the 4-pin.
That's what we call a fudge nudger. This is the 4th opportunity for a double here for Biondolillo.
Jack's actually moved a little deeper.
4-pin. The one he almost left on his first ball, but kicked it out.
That's probably, Fred, why he moved inside a little deeper. I noticed he placed his left foot about 2 boards left of his original spot.
For Jack Biondolillo, it's 198. For Bill Allen, 193. This is Fred Wolf, along with Bill Bonetta. We'll be back for the first game of 3 in just a moment. It'll be Bill Allen starting the second game. The margin, 5 pins. Biondolillo out in front. The great southpaw from Orlando, Florida. Too high. Boy, there's one to look at. He has the 6, the 7, the 8, and the 10. Well, this can be made, Bill.
I'm going to say something I thought was pretty funny without picking any age group or anything. This is called Grandma's Teeth.
Really? Well, he gets 2, and Allen is open again. That's his second open frame. He had a wide open split in the 3rd frame of the first game. So Biondolillo, who is yet to get a double, bowling a very fine 198, and that's a tough game to get without a double, reaches out, and he crowds the head pin, but breaks up another split. Oh, that one made a sudden move.
He sure did. Took a dip on the end. That means his arm swing was real loose, and he had a good, as we call it, Fred, beefed up hand action, and showed at the end. That ball took a big jump at the very end.
Careful. He's afraid to look at that one. So Biondolillo will move to the left. Checks in at 180 pounds. He has a nickname. They call him Lollipop. Come on, Jackson, get it up there. There's the 2-4-5 with a man in motion. The 7-pin with it. Now that 7-pin actually makes this shot very difficult, doesn't it?
Yes, it makes it a different type of shot.
Pick the 2 off the 5. Biondolillo is open. It's his first open frame. So this match just about even. A fill here by Allen. Biondolillo won the first game by only 5 pins. There he goes. Solid 10-pin from the left side.
Almost an unbelievable leave. I saw that pin hit the right sidewall and fly back in front of the 10-pin. Nothing touched the 10.
I notice, Bill, in Allen's start, the position of his 2 feet, he actually has his left foot behind his right foot, and he has to take it out from in behind to take his first step.
Yes.
And it'll prove a little difficult for some fellows. He's got his left foot directly in back of the right. Sort of shuffles it around. There we are. So Allen now beginning to shake them up. That's the strike this fellow's famous for. Biondolillo in the 3rd. The boy's trying to get loose.
He's moved to the extreme left of the lane.
And then seems to turn it that much more.
Right. That's what we call courage at the foul line. I'm sure that he intends to give the ball even a little bit more room, but sometimes when you get right to the foul line, you don't execute the shot properly. In other words, you don't trust it.
In other words, it takes a little courage to throw away from your target.
Yes, it does.
Well, he had a little courage there, I'll tell you. Covering the 610, Biondolillo moves to the left. This fellow won the 1963 National Match Game Doubles Championship, teaming up with Don Ellis, another Texas bowler that has appeared on Championship Bowling. This is his first appearance in a Championship Bowling series. Been looking forward to it, and obviously is just trying his heart out here. Oh, look at that. Now let's take a look at Bill Allen, the world's greatest left-hander, in slow motion. Here's Billy all the way back here, long before the ball even gets on the track.
Boy, is he businesslike in the way he comes back after lets the ball go. Notice a little nervous habit he has of touching his opponent's ball and giving it a little spin while waiting for his ball to return.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that. We're in the 5th. Both boys are on strikes. Big turn. Ooh, 7-pin. Pretty good hit.
Yes, it came around a little bit late. Pretty hard to see those things, but actually, I don't think Bill really expected that. He would have taken it had he carried a 7, but he must have felt something there.
At the 7, he covers. Biondolillo now, who is on the strike in the 5th, and the chance to get back in this game. He trails Allen out in front. The margin just 7 pins. A double here would give Jack the lead again. There's where he's been trying to throw it. He got that one out there. So at the end of 5, in game number 2, we're halfway. Biondolillo, 45 in the 3rd, strikes in the 4th and 5th. Allen is 77 in the 4th with a spare in the 5th. We're in the 6th frame of the 2nd game. Biondolillo on 2. Hold it. He's got the 4-7 just a little tight. Stayed with it just a fraction of a second too long.
That's right. He has a big ball, and sometimes with a big ball like that, he can carry the high hit, light hit, the in-betweener. But so far, his best hit has been a light mixer.
Cover by Biondolillo. Well, Jack got his first double, but that's as far as he could go. Allen moving in on the right. Allen was on 2, left a good 7-pin. Oh, he was out there with that ball was going down the first board. Talk about going around the first diamond. He was really around the first diamond with that one.
I think the spectators here at the Bolorama are getting quite a thrill of that ball, too. I can notice the ahs and the oohs when he lets go.
We go into the 7th frame. Allen on the big strike. Gotta hurry. Gets there, leaves the 7-pin again. Almost the 7-9. This match is tied to the pin. Allen leading in this game by 4 pins, actually. Biondolillo leading by 1, but he being on the spare. Allen on the strike gets 117 now in the 6th, and a spare in the 7th as Biondolillo steps up in the 7th frame, and he's working on a spare. That's out there. Look at that action, the 7-pin. I never thought he'd ever come back to that pocket.
That was the Hollywood ball, we used to call it, way out and way back.
He has he says he doesn't use a full fingertip, Bill. It's sort of a wide semi, I believe he said. He gets an awful lot of turn.
Yes, he does. And he told me before the show that he cut down the pitches on his fingers so the ball wouldn't hook too much. If it's not hooking much now, I hate to see it before.
Biondolillo now moving to the left. He has one double in the entire match. He picked it up in this game in the 4th and 5th frames. This match is now even to the pin. Allen 5 pins out in front. He lost the first game by 5. We're in the 8th. Look out. There's a 7-pin count. That'll give Allen the lead if he can count more than 7 on his spare. He leaves the 6, 9, 10. You know, people throughout Europe, Asia, South America, and the Middle East desperately need your support. Your dollars mean food for them. Send your contributions to CARE. CARE, New York. New York 10016. Well, I'll tell you, Bill, you talk about displaying courage or having courage to give that ball room. He's certainly doing that.
Boy, he gave it on that spare. I thought it was going to sail by, but it came back.
Little tight. There's Bill coming back and always spinning a ball here in the ball return, kicking it around. And the minute he throws that ball, he's back here as fast as he possibly can get. Very seldom stays out at the foul line. Here he comes. There's the spin of the ball.
It's very energetic.
Allen has the lead for the first time. The margin only 2 pins. We're in the 9th frame of the second game. $1,000 to the winner, $500 to the loser. The top 2 scorers for their 2 appearances will join Dick Weber and Billy Hardwick in Championship Bowling's World Series. Hey, look at that turn. Hurry up. He got there. Looked like he was steering that one.
Yeah,
hurry.
He's calling out, hurry, hurry, hurry to the ball. I believe he knew it was coming back.
A big 10th frame coming up now. Both boys going in on strikes. The margin 2 pins. Biondolillo with this one can get the lead back. Allen will have to match him in the 10th. Out and back, and he doesn't come back far enough, and he leaves the 2-4-5. Boy, that's the ghost over there, isn't it, Bill?
Yes, it is. And last time he left similarly with the 7-pin up 2, he picked the 2 right off the 5, and he'll be thinking about that here.
Well, he's moved way left. He's obviously going to throw it out as the AMF Sparemaker indicates, and he made it going away. Full count will give him 189. First game was 198. So Allen has a chance to get a few pins to work on. In the 3rd and final game, he's on a strike. And he tears them apart for 189. 1 open for Biondolillo, 1 double, 189. He lost 11 pins and counts. As Bill Allen, the great left-hander from Orlando, Florida. In the 10th, the reach. There is another 7-pin.
Now, there's one I wouldn't even attempt to explain. But that ball looked good all the way. It hit the sound of the ball hitting the pins was very clear, sharp. How that pin can stand beyond me.
There's the cover. He's certainly shooting at the 7th pin. There doesn't seem to be much doubt. He hits that pin right in the middle most of the time. No hitting it thin or almost falling off. He seems to have that ball right where he wants it on that 7th pin.
Yes, he does. It's, as you said, right in the middle.
Well, a good count here will give Allen a pin or 2 to go into the 3rd game. We're looking for our first 200 game. 196. He'll have a 2-pin lead. 8 pins will be all tied. He's got 9, so the margin is going to be just 1 pin. So for the 2 games, Biondolillo, 198, 189. His total is 387. Allen is 388 with 193 and 195. Jack, a pretty close match here.
Well, Fred, we're both struggling right now.
You're both struggling. Are we doing the usual fishing, as you boys call it?
I don't think either one of us are loose. Fred, I'm not fishing. I need a new kind of bait.
You're not fishing?
No, I'm not fishing.
What is your problem, Bill?
I can't get them down.
You can't get them down. That 7-pin seems to be hanging on you.
Yes, right.
And Jack, you seem to be throwing a jumper there. Okay.
23. I'm fighting it a little bit. A whole bunch.
Well, maybe Bill here, who is one of the great instructors, might drop a little suggestion along to you fellows. Is this allowed, Bill?
No, it
let's
isn't.
wait late for the match.
What
do you think,
I
Bill?
just say that the boys are hitting a little bit better than the score indicates, and that I'm sure they'll do better this last game.
All right, fellas, let's stand by now for the 3rd and final game on Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio, the home of the Professional Bowlers Association. It'll be Biondolillo starting the 3rd and final game in a real close one here on Championship Bowling. 1 pin separating these two fellas. Allen with 388 for 2, Biondolillo 387. The man with a big turn from Houston, Texas. There he is. Yes, sir. I don't know. It seems to me like this fella is going to give Carmen Salvino a little competition for that Best Actor award, Bill.
Yes, I'd say his acting average is increasing.
Here's Allen now with that left foot behind the right. Oh, be careful. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Billy was giving that one directions before it got very far.
Well, when the boys hit that high, they're just hoping to break down the split. And when they get 9, they're pleased with it.
The 2 is covered. We go into the 2nd frame, and Bill turns around and gives us the eye. He didn't hit that one dead center,
No,
Bill.
he didn't. Again, we heard a little thump. Lately, I've heard more balls that go thump, thump, thump. It seems to be a marked tendency for the bowlers to hold back or flatten out the ball to get the accuracy necessary to make spares.
There's that 7-pin again.
Well, let's see if he hits it right in the middle again, Fred.
There it is.
Right there.
He gets at least 3/4 of it every time he shoots at it. Biondolillo now on a strike, a chance to take the lead back. The last game of 3, $1,000 to the winner. Over $70,000 in prizes here on Championship Bowling. And that ball came from right field, and he still hit the head pin, leaving the 2 and the 4.
Jack shook his head and mumbled something about no timing, no timing. This is what the bowlers are always striving for, to get synchronized motion between the feet and the ball.
There's the cover. We're just checking out Bill Allen here. He has left the 7-pin 7 times, Bill, since we started, and he still has 8 frames to go. Well, the match is even again. 8 frames to go. Take your pick. Look out. Too high. Breaks it up. Nothing but the 6-pin. Jack Biondolillo. The lollipop from Houston, Texas. This fella attended the St. Thomas High School in Houston, the same school that Billy Whaley attended a few years before him. Oh, no, no, no.
Speaking of school, I think maybe Jack would have to go to school on that easy spare conversion to the 6-pin there.
And he got a little careless on that when he got out there on the icy street. Now, Allen can get out in front. 2 strikes up here this time. He'll have something to work on. There's the first one. Like you pointed out just a moment ago, Bill, this fella is great for taking advantage of a situation, and Biondolillo gave him a spot. Let's see if he really jumps on it with a double. Here it comes. There it is.
Fred, we've seen it happen so many times. If you give him just a little opportunity, he sure takes care of it, takes advantage of it. And this is a sign of a true champion.
Too high. Biondolillo crowding him. He has the 6-10. So Allen now with at least a 20-pin advantage are getting halfway through the 3rd and final game.
Okay.
Careful. See that one all the way.
Yes, you could. It just seems when luck goes against you, it continues frame after frame.
We're in the 5th. Allen now with approximately 30 pins to work on. Never. There's the clothesline, the 1, 2, 4, and the 7. And the AMF Spearmaker will indicate the ball between the 1 and the 2. Crossing over, and the ball should go right on down the line and take out the 4 and the 7. Let's see if he can do that.
Well, he has enough ball to run him right down the whole string.
Play to Karen. Got away with it. He was a little concerned about the 7-pin there.
Yes.
Spare shooter.
Bill Allen now on 2. No bonus money yet. Allen is on his way. Let's give him this one. Reach it. 10-pin this time. Oh, the butt end of that pin climbed right up on the 10, but didn't quite brush it enough.
He has about 5 pins there, either on the deck itself or in the channels. Pins are scrambling all over.
There's the cover by Allen in the 5th. So at the end of 5 frames, here in the 3rd and final game, Biondolillo is 57 and a spare. Allen is 88 on a spare. Right back. Well, that 10th pin stopped Allen after 2. He could be 4 in a row. And Biondolillo now has only one way to go. The strike route. Zipperoo on that one.
Yes, that was a much freer ball. It was smooth, and it was a well-executed shot.
I noticed both these boys, Bill, are advocates of the pinky on the top of the ball, tucked in under their palm.
Yes, they tell me that it gives them the feeling of rolling the ball better. Cuts down the size of the hook.
Dick Weber, I believe, is the great boy for that. There it is. Oh. Do that with a little authority. There's another double for Biondolillo. He's still in this thing. Let's strike him out. Just add 150 to what he has there in the 5th. 77. It's 227. It would keep Mr. Allen busy to get 226 for a tie match. Go. Solid 7. That's 8 of them. That's his 8-7 pin, and that's a big life for Biondolillo. With another one, Jack can pick up his 2 opens. Allen with 1 double. The margin would be just about 10 pins. So this one isn't over yet. No doubt about that seventh, Ben. That's 8 times that Allen has converted that.
Of course, with these professional bowlers, Fred, there's always an awareness of the relative scoring, and Billy knows that he has to keep going to have a winner here.
There's a 6-pin, 4-pin for the right-hander. Bill says that's a new one. I guess that's the first one of those he's left. There he is, spinning around Biondolillo's ball. At the 6 and the cover, and now it's all up to Biondolillo. 2 strikes here. 2 strikes here by the Houston, Texas star could put him right back in the ball game. Too high. Too high. That was the big chance. Leaves the 3-pin. Seemed to have the ball in his hand much too long that time, Bill.
I recall a story Bob Strampy told me about on this one particular lane. He was going to give the ball room, give it room, but not too much room. And he pulled it back. Just about what Jack did there. He intended to give it room, I'm sure, but he just didn't.
Biondolillo with a spare in the 8th. So we go into the 9th frame. The margin is 21 pins. Biondolillo, 126 spare. Allen is 147 spare. The margin 21 in this game. Allen took one into this, the 3rd game. The margin actually 22 pins, 2 frames remaining. It all depends on Biondolillo right here. A strike to work on would put him in contention. Needs the strike. Too high, 6-10. You know, most grandmas can bake the tastiest mince pie you ever wrapped a tooth around. But you know, my grandma's different. She has a 143 bowling average. She beats everybody, Grandpa, the neighbors, and her 2 grandchildren. Yes, bowling's the one sport that's fun for everyone, no matter what your age. It's easy to learn, you have fun, enjoyable right from the very first game. You don't have to score either to really have fun. It's a great way to stay young. Why not? Why not bowl at your next opportunity? Allen in the 9th. Oh, there's no doubt about that. So Bill can put the finishing touches on this one here in the 10th frame.
Yeah, that's what we call a 9th frame is what we call a load-up frame. That's the one that gets you all geared up to a strikeout in the 10th. Bill senses victory here, and now he'd like to add a few pins to his total.
There it is. Chance for 227. And that'll get Allen in the 600 bracket. In fact, he's there right now. Needs 212. He's got that. $193, $195. One more. Another 7-pin. That's 9 of them. 9 7-pins in 3 games for Bill Allen from Orlando, Florida. You're going to be looking at that pin for a long time. But Allen the winner for the $1,000. The cover here, 216. That'll give him 604. Biondolillo with 198 and 189. Still can pull 190 out of this game. He's had a double with 2 opens. That's out there. There's the first one. Now that strike in the 8th frame might have changed the complexion of this entire match, Bill.
Yes, it may have. And, of course, he was eager and anxious to get it, and perhaps too anxious.
a picture. But somebody closed the barn door. 194 with the count. 581. So the margin, 23 pins. With Biondolillo's full count here in the 10th frame of the 3rd game. That's it. Solid 10th pin for 183. 193, correction. 193. And the total is 580 for Allen, 604. And before we let these boys get too far away, Bill, it's a win for you, but not too many pins.
No, that's true, Fred. I don't usually say so, but I feel like I bowled a little better than that. And I'd also like to say that Jack did the same. It one of those matches where it didn't fall too well.
Do you know how many 7 pins you left? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I'd say 10 at least.
10? What
I
did
didn't
we
count
have?
them.
9, didn't we?
9, well, that's close.
9 7 pins.
Bill, you bowled a lot better than you scored. I bowled a lot worse than I scored.
Well, you look very good in the 10th frame, Jack, of the
I
last
hit my
game.
finger and I just gripped the ball up in the very tips. I should have tried that earlier.
Fred, I think it's always easy to relax after the match is either locked up for a man or he's sure he's already lost it. It's a lot easier to throw the ball right.
Well, that's true. We're looking forward to some better performances in your next time out here on Championship Bowling. Don't forget, you get a chance to come
We
back
hope so.
with another opponent. We'll be back for the presentations here on Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio. This is Fred Wolf, along with Bill Bonetta, in Akron, where the World Series of Golf is played annually. Here are the final results for Biondolillo, 198, 189, and 193. The total is 580. For Bill Allen, 193, 195, a finish of 216. His total, 604. The winner, the left-hander, Bill Allen. Did you enjoy this one, ladies and gentlemen?
Very close match.
And what do you have to say, Jack?
Fred, I didn't roll the ball very good at all. My timing the last 2 or 3 weeks just hasn't been there.
Well, we couldn't help but notice, and Bill Bonetta was mentioning that you were really cranking him, and the ball was jumping on you. What do you turn to when you get into a problem like that?
Right now, Fred, I just need a lot of practice. Last couple of weeks, physically, I've been sort of sick, and I haven't felt too good, and my body's just weak. I need to get a little strength back and then just bowl, work it out.
And how do you do that?
Oh, I have films at home. I go home and study them and work on my push-away primarily. It's not timed right now at all.
Now, I notice that both of you fellas have this pinky thing on top of the ball, the little finger folded in under your palm. Just explain to me why you do that. Does it
Well,
help?
Fred, that's sort of funny, really. A few years back, a friend of mine one day said, well, are you trying to copy Carter?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, I didn't even know I did it. See, I cut this finger off when I was a little boy, part of it. And then they sewed it back, but the finger's short.
Mm-hmm.
And when I put my hand in the ball, the finger just curls.
And it automatically.
Automatically.
You
I have
never
never
knew that Carter did this, or
Never
Weber, or a few others, or Bill Allen.
Never did, because I've never tried to copy anybody.
I copied Carter.
Oh, you copied Carter.
I am going to go left-handed, though.
You are really?
Yes, next week.
You feel that the conditions are easier on the left side?
Oh, I don't know, not really. You have to be able to bowl on either side of the lane.
There's $500, Jack. Your next
Thank you,
appearance,
Fred.
we're expecting some big things of you here on Championship Bowling. This is your first experience. What do you think of it? How do you like the bonus system?
Oh, I like it. I just wish I could get a few of them.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the bonus system, Bill?
Well, Fred, you could have dropped it to 3 strikes here and you wouldn't have lost any money.
Well, again, I say, next time, Bill, there's $1,000 as the winner. Good luck to you.
Thank
and
you.
bring that good left arm with you on your next appearance here on
Thank you.
Championship
I'll
Bowling.
be looking forward to coming back.
Okay, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 of our great stars, Bill Allen, Jack Biondolillo. Good luck to you. Bonus.
Fred.
Repeating the final result, Bill Allen 604, Jack Biondolillo 580. Sure hope you can join us again next week, right here at the Firestone Bowlerama in Akron, Ohio, when we'll have 2 more of bowling's top professional stars in a 3-game match, competing for a prize fund of over $70,000. So speaking for Bill Bonetta and myself, this is Fred Wolf. Just keep 'em bowling out there. It's great fun. winning shirts and slacks used on championship bowling by King Louie. Championship bowling is sanctioned by the American Bowling Congress, and we wish to thank AMF for their cooperation in helping us produce championship bowling.